food predictions for 2023. So I'm not going to talk about whether beef liver is the next big superfood, kind of is, but I'm not going to talk about eating bugs or what foods we should be predicting for the next year. I'm going to talk about what you and I and all the people are going to be doing as far as food goes for 2023. So I see this as 4 different groups that will be emerging. And 2022 has been a bit of a, not the best year. We've had crazy weather. We've seen food prices go up. We've had $12 heads of iceberg lettuce, the world's most boring lettuce that nobody buys because it is amazing. And I hope nobody bought because it was $12. But there's been a lot going on, and there's been a lot of stock shortages. And we've just seen prices all over the place. And if you're not savvy with food, if you don't understand how to cook, if you don't know what's in season, when to buy certain things, or what to do when it's in an ingredient glut, let's say there's a glut of beetroot, how to take advantage of that and get a cheaper price and set yourself up, then I think that you're going to suffer a little bit, or you'll just be spending more money. So group number 1 are the people that don't have enough time. They're going to feel busier as life goes on. They're going to feel busier. They're going to feel like they don't have time to cook. They're going to outsource a lot more. They'll be buying meal kits, pre-made meals, takeaway. They'll just be outsourcing the money, and they're going to fork out a lot of money to get someone else to buy their food for them, or make their food for them, I should say. And so there's nothing wrong with this. I like to think of it as get on whichever side of the fence that you want. You'll hear me say a lot, like, just make the decision. Make the time to cook or outsource it. It doesn't matter. I know what I'd prefer, but make the decision. But don't ever feel like you don't have a choice, because you always do. So group number 1, good on you. You've made the choice. Get on with your day. Outsource whatever you need to and just get on with it. But likely for this group, they feel like they're busy because they lack the skills. So if you're getting in the kitchen, you don't know how to roast a chook, you don't know how to use a slow cooker, you can't see the amazing benefits of your slow cooker and the fact that it just cooks your dinner for you, and all you need to do is spend 5 minutes preparing that. They can't see that because they lack skills. And usually these skills are handed down to us. Our parents taught us, or our grandparents taught us, or whatever. It was modeled to us over time. We pick up the skills and we get on with our life, and we just do, because if you're a human, you're going to eat. You got to eat to live. So we just get on with it and do it, right? But these people, they're lacking the skills. And the further that they go on feeling busy, the further that they go on feeling like cooking is just optional and I can get someone else, pay them to do it for me, it drives a bigger gap in their skills, and they get worse at cooking over time because they can't remember how to do it. Their life speeds up, so it just becomes less of a priority. And we can see this, as I just said, the slow cooker example, but at the end of the day, it takes 5 minutes to prep a roast chook to go in the oven. It takes 5 to 10 minutes to chop up 2 trays of roasted veggies to go with that roast chook. It takes another 5 minutes to do the slow cooker prepping, and I can think of many meals that could go in a slow cooker that do not taste the same at all. And it takes 5 minutes, so that I don't have time. It's a lack of skills, it's a lack of priorities, it's a lack of just knowing what to do, and it's a lack of ever putting in a lot of effort as well. So that's group number 1. Group number 2, these people would double down on cooking because prices are going up. They don't like it. They want to understand where their food comes from. They want to work with the seasons. They want to take advantage of that beetroot when it's in a glut and you can get it for 70 cents a kilo or whatever it is. They're going to take advantage of this. They're going to learn how to roast the chicken. They're going to learn how to make all those amazing meals in the slow cooker. They're going to learn how to chop up so many trays of roasted veggies and roast them all at once. They're going to start cooking 2 meals at once. Or they're going to start doing double batches of meals. So then they're only cooking, 15 days out of 30 days of the month. They're going to get smarter with all of this stuff. And this group is exciting because they're like, what can I do? How can I get there? How can I make this easy? They're going to use cooking as a vehicle to slow down the pace of their life. They're going to be like, okay, screw convenience altogether. Not altogether, but they're going to be like, what am I saving time from exactly? And they're going to start using cooking to slow down. They might put on some jazz. They might pour a glass of red wine or a tequila, whatever it is. They might put on heavy metal. Who knows? But they're going to use cooking for the creative outlet that it can be, and start using it as that transition time from day to night. They've gotten home from work, or they've done all the house things in the daytime, and they're going to use it to transition into night, to feed themselves, to nourish their family if they're cooking for other people, and start using it as the beautiful act that it actually is and can be. This group is going to get thriftier with shopping. They're going to collate master lists of recipes. They'll know all the recipes that they know how to cook. They'll know the ones that they're sick of. They'll know how to tweak those recipes to make them taste different so they're not sick of them anymore. They're going to have lists upon lists. They're going to become masters of their fridge and knowing what's in there. They're going to become masters of their pantry as well, and filling it with ingredients that actually help them make simpler meals and make meals that taste amazing while keeping things simple as well. They're going to become masters of using their freezer for exactly what it's for, so they can make the double batch of food and then put half in the freezer for another week when they're busy. I see this group getting really thrifty with like meat and 3 veg. They're going to get like, how easy can I make this for me, and how delicious can I make this? They're going to use their pantry, have amazing ingredients in there, and then just make like mashed potatoes and peas and seared chicken breast, and it's going to be so simple, but that chicken breast is going to be perfect and delicious, and it'll be so simple to make because what's that, 5, 15, 20 minutes all up for everything, and boom, dinner's on the table. It's going to be simple. This group, 2023, is how simple can I make this meal? And it will be in like a smart ass way. They'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I spent so long trying to feel like I needed to make fancy meals, and that my meals weren't good enough, and that they needed to look a certain way because I see everyone on Instagram with fancy meals, and I'm just over here with my mashed potato and peas and seared chicken breast, and I'm freaking loving it. Number 3 is the next level group. They are going to take cooking to the next level. They've probably been in group 2, or maybe they've just gone straight from group 1 up to group 3. Who knows? But these people are going to be into pickling. They're going to be into preserving. They're going to be into taking everything that they buy and start making it themselves. So that might be ghee, clarified butter. That might be making their own popcorn. It could be making their own sourdough. It could just be making their own kimchi, sauerkraut, jam, sauces, dips, whatever it is. They're taking it to the next level because they can see that price difference. I can make sourdough for $1.50 a loaf, or I can buy it, for me personally, for $15 a loaf. Like, what are you going to choose? And if prices keep going up, these people will be doubling down on their skills and preserving and all those kind of old school techniques that everyone's just off like 50 years ago. Bye, thank you. We don't need those anymore because we can buy everything from the supermarket. They're going to be bringing those skills back in a big way. And this group has been building over the last few years, but it's been more of a, I don't know, 2020, I'm bored, I'm going to learn to make sourdough kind of thing. This is the year where it will be, I believe, much more in the mainstream. And group number 4. So this group is an offshoot of group number 1 in a way that they're just going to do nothing. So they'll feel busy because they don't have the skills. They haven't had these skills modeled to them over time. They'll feel busy and they'll just do nothing about it. They think that cooking is just meant to be hard. They'll think that cooking is just meant to feel like a chore, and that they're just always, like, everyone walks around with this huge like mental fog and like mental bandwidth of cooking that is just so hard and difficult, and they'll just continue doing the exact same thing. And these people usually not always, but they like to shop at Aldi, they like to look for a bargain. I'm not singling out Aldi people in particular, but that's their demographic. They usually do that. They're always looking for a bargain. They always buy things at the cheapest price possible, or they think that they do. But then in actual reality, because they lack the skills to actually know, oh, I could buy a whole chicken and break it down, and I'm saving like $15 to $20 a week-ish, depending how much chicken you eat, on chicken. They're not doing that. They're just going to buy the wings, and they're going to buy the legs, and they're going to buy all the individual cuts. These people are actually quite focused on price, but they're not going to be using it in the right way because they don't have the skills behind them. They don't really understand what's going on when they go to the supermarket, how to cook with the seasons. Even if they did take advantage of a beetroot glut, they don't understand what to do with it, how to bring it home, how to make pickles, how to make relish, how to freeze it properly, how to just make a big batch of dip, and all of that kind of stuff. They can't do that because they don't have these skills behind them. And they're just in this space of like, well, I'm just going to accept it for what it is, instead of actually trying to effort and learn something new. So they're my predictions for 2023. I could talk a lot about what foods are coming into fashion or whatever else, but I actually don't believe in any of that. We are also individual in what we should eat. Yes, there's common themes overall, but I believe that if you get in the kitchen and cook it, it's going to be 1,000 times healthier for you. Maybe not, let's not like quote me on 1,000, but so much healthier than it is than going to the shops. And the benefits of cooking, I believe, are so important and outweigh any type of convenience that's going on for like the general everyday person, right? And there are many, many ways to make cooking simple and doable for our modern day life, even if you're busy, without it needing to feel like a total chore or like hours in the kitchen, and it becomes overwhelming because you're like, where is this going to fit in my life? So what camp are you in? I know where I'm going and what I'm going to focus on, but I'd love to hear from you. Are you in group 1 that I don't have timers? Are you in group 2 where I'm going to double down and I'm going to, start learning some things? Are you taking it to the next level in group number 3? You're going to start pickling, preserving, maybe making your own sourdough, just getting really, really nifty in the kitchen and learning all those old school techniques that we used to just know? Or are you going to be in group number 4, which is the do nothing, think it's normal, stay there, hate it, but not do much about it? Let me know. And that's my predictions for 2023. Are you ready to save time by ditching recipes and whip up meals with what's in your fridge and pantry? Head to lunchladielou.com.au/ditch the recipes.